great time. In the past, we have divided and conquered. You know, one distinguished Goldbug, we go to a couple of classrooms. This year, we decided to put the entire student body and have every student here from all of our Goldbugs. And it was really great. I loved the questions from the kids, and every student got to hear from everyone. So while a student may be hugely interested in science, or there's a super athlete, they got to hear from both entities. And they got advice from across the board, and it was just a great time. So thank you so much to each of you, and for all of you coming to celebrate our distinguished Goldbugs.
Thank you, Dr. Messenger. So we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance by Kate Lee Martin. And I'm looking for the flag.
So, first of all, this is an incredible day and a wonderful celebration. I thank the Goldbug Education Foundation for everything they do to support the former Goldbugs and the current Goldbugs and all of the education they support in this community. It's pretty amazing, and I also have to give a big shout out for the 2025 All-School Reunion, which was an epic success. So, we all love that as alumni coming back. I'm grateful for everything I gained at Alva High School, and especially those people that taught me the life skills that I was able to use. Like Mrs. Ritter, who taught me how to take care of the home and cook and sew. And this is something we taught me at the time, and I didn't realize that was going to be so important at the time. And Mr. Lenny taught me how to dissect, getting that acid and a big life skill, but it was certainly an incredible thing for me to learn and helped me. My parents, Linda and Merlin Overton, were educators in the Alva system for many, many years, and I watched them, and they mentored me. They had a strong work ethic and taught me how to really pay attention to students and family. And most of all, I think what I gleaned from this great place in Alva is the support that they have for everyone, and I believe that you can come into your life and have a career that is fulfilling and rewarding, and you can also do that while prioritizing God and your family and your community and mission work. You can do it all, and Alva really encouraged us to be that person. I'm blessed and have the opportunity to train students to become physicians, and I know that they go out and impact many patients in the future, but everything that you're doing here to support the people that are going forward, that has a ripple effect and a huge impact. So thank you to this foundation for that. Thank you to Alva for everything you taught me, and I'll always be proud of Alva. Thank you.
Perfect. Everybody have any sheet yet? Please continue carrying notes officially. The next recipient is Joe Becker, to be mentioned by the board of those, so both of you would come, please. but because of the people in my elite group of best friends that constantly challenged me and challenged each other, I was able to succeed amongst their families. You know, people like Chad Simon, Brian Stevens, Justin Campbell, Travis Fox, Paul Anderson, Dustin Gurman, these guys were constantly striving to be the best in anything that they did. In the classroom, or on the field, or on the court, or in the basement. You know, and then my greatest accomplishment to me right now is probably being a father and being a great uncle. And I learned that from Mary Hamilton, from Ira Dell and Kate Hamilton, from Max and Jamie Herman, from Rick and Debbie Fox, from Shula and Iceans. You know, these guys have to do what they did for me throughout my life, and you know, I am who I am because of them. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this community and be able to receive this award. So, thank you so much. So I was thinking that trivia, right? So like, you know, we can talk about trivia for a little bit, like who was the first class that went through Alva High School in the new building? Was that you, Kay? No, it was after you, right? You're way too old for that. So what year did the Kaufman twins graduate high school?
63.
Wow. I was very old then. What's more? Anybody remember who the first graduating class was when we were in high school? What?
You were ornery.
Oh.
Does anybody remember the first graduating class when we were in high school? 59. But we knew there would be something in the current crisis we were going to take this appreciative. The next recipient that we have is Mr. Zach Beaver, who will
might be a special birthday as he is 50. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Loves to be birthday. The next recipient is Dr. Brett Cunningham, that we medaled by Dr. Jennifer Cunningham. If you all would come forward. Well, I would like to start by thanking the Alva Educational Foundation for selecting me as the recipient for this award. I'd also like to thank Elizabeth Ritchie for being an excellent resource throughout the process of preparing for this day. Goldbugs are known far and wide, not only in Northwest Oklahoma, but across the state. I've spent my entire career away from Alva, and I never go long without running into someone who asks if I'm a Goldbug when I run into them in mission growing up in Alva. I am so fortunate to be recognized as a distinguished Goldbug. Regarding my education, I have several influences that impacted me during my time at Alva High School, and I'd like to name a few. I'd like to start off with my chemistry teacher, Julie Engel, who sparked a lifelong passion for science and ultimately led me to obtaining a bachelor's degree in chemistry from the University of Oklahoma. Next, I'd like to recognize the late Lester Rose, who, despite a few biology pop quizzes, still haunt me to this day, prepared me in my quest for a medical degree. I'd also like to thank Judy Shirley, who taught me both English as well as creative writing. She unlocked a passion for reading, writing, and creativity that continues to serve me well now. No position would be successful without a strong background in mathematics, and Rick Gregory challenged me as no math teacher had before. Extracurricular activities played a significant role in shaping the person I am today, and I would like to recognize a few folks, including Kathy Ernest, who was my advocate in high school, saw something in me as a very timid, shy freshman in high school, and led me to eventually becoming our student council president. Charlene Broad, my speech and debate teacher, challenged me to overcome my fear of public speaking, and eventually have the honor of becoming a state champion in debates. I would also like to recognize Ramona Cummings and the time I sit with her during my electric gold years. That's a significant influence in sparking my lifelong passion for music. The opportunities that Alva High School gave me have contributed to all the success I've had in my professional life. I would also like to thank my parents, Rick and Janet Cunningham, for always encouraging me to go the extra mile and put that little bit of extra work in and pursue my dreams to become a doctor. Finally, I'd like to thank my wife, Casey, my sons, Jaden and Lennox, and my daughter, Chloe, for providing me the balance and joy in life that makes everything I've accomplished worth it. Thank you again to the Alva Educational Foundation for providing me this honor. All of the Cunningham children were required to take piano lessons K through 12. It's the only requirement that came out of the Cunningham house, but they had to take piano. Brett, aren't you glad that you took piano lessons K through 12? The next recipient of today's distinguished Goldbug is Tony Krause, that will be medaled by none other than Karen Kane. Hurry up, Karen.
think about where that started, and that would have been like 5th grade with Beverly Little. And she encouraged us to write creatively, and I wasn't a creative writer, but I don't know if you remember the series. I wrote a series in her classes for the 2 or 3 years that she was my English teacher, and it was called Planet Giants. And so every time she would say we were doing a creative writing assignment, I would continue the story of Planet Giants, which is about giant ants. I don't remember anything else about it. But then going on, the other great English teachers that I had, Mrs. Snake, Mrs. Nichols, Mrs. Brunson, are incredible English teachers that pushed me in something that I wasn't comfortable with. But the one I want to really shout out about is Judy Shirley, who gave me my love of prepositional phrases. And so, in the book that I wrote, the editor took out about 3,000 words, and all of those were prepositional phrases. So, she taught me how I love it when she diagrammed prepositional phrases on the board, and I still use them all the time. So, but if I really want to pick out somebody that I have to highlight, it would be Doris Hughley, my accounting teacher at high school. She was incredible. 2 years of accounting, and the first year was like 35 people, and we went through the process and learned debits and credits and did what we were supposed to do. But the second year, there were only about 5 or 6 of us in that accounting 2 class. We finished our book in, November, something like that. We were done with the text. We had gone through the whole thing. And she sat down with us and individualized the plan for the second semester so that each one of us would meet our goals. And she specifically had us ready for what we needed to be ready for. And so my first introduction to Northwestern was Dr. Cunningham when she gave me my standing test for accounting. And so I missed the first semester of accounting when I got to college because I already got credit for it. And that was Mrs. Hughley that did that. I have been around people that cared about my success the whole time that I've been alive. My family, that's obviously where it was instilled in me, right? But this attitude of helping other people, how can we do anything else? We've grown up in a community that's about that, right? That's what this whole town is about. Everybody that I've known from this place is interested in my success and helping me get there. And I just appreciate that so much. So, again, with the country music quote, I'll end with a country music quote. Alva Public Schools is definitely, this is Miranda Lambert, by the way, Alva Public Schools is definitely one of the rooms in the house of it.
Far too often in life, we do not recognize people while they're here. We don't realize the impact that they have had until they're gone. Far too many times, that happens. And that's the reason that we have the next award. The next award is to honor Durwood Brown, and I would like to see a show of hands of those people who either taught with or had Durwood Brown. Showing your age, right? But what an impactful person he was. And he was not always just impactful within education. He was impactful anywhere he went. So you need to be sure and you read the information that went along with Durwood. And any of you have seen or heard or have, lucky me, I live in Alva, Oklahoma. That bumper sticker was originated on a road trip between Durwood Brown and Mr. Lee Haley, who were companions and traveled to all car shows all over the United think there was some conversation between Leah and him that said nobody knows where we were from, we should advertise where we're from. Or maybe it was so that they'd know where the other one was because they could see the bumper sticker and record. I can't remember for sure the story, but anyway, that's a little bit of the history about that. Your sweet daughter, Mel Ritchie, is here to receive his award, and Mr. Jim Ritchie will medal her if you all will come forward.
I was going to start off with saying I was quoting Karen Payne and saying, what a great day it is to be a Goldbug. But Todd took that away, sorry. It is a great day to be a Goldbug. I am going to talk about my father a little bit. He grew up in the Dust Bowl era, and so that made him see how important education could be or should be. He worked many jobs. He came down and worked many jobs to be able to go to college here. He graduated from Northwestern Oklahoma Teachers College in 1938. He spent the next 35 years teaching and coaching, most of those in Alva, as a Goldbug. He spent many hours after the classroom time on the track field, basketball court, to give his kids opportunities to excel. He would be thrilled with this honor and to know that it was so remembered. Thank you.
I appreciate everybody moving things along because we have to make an advertised 15-minute speech, and it's 12:30, so we're going to be cutting it short. You might need to shorten that just a little bit, Ty, in order to get through. You got it? The next recipient is a couple, and I think this is a Goldbug Education Foundation first. I don't know that we've awarded this honor to two people before, but this couple can't be talked about one without the other. They had a huge impact in my education when I was going through school, as well as many others. So I would like to invite Jake and Janet Jacobek, and Beverly Little is going to medal them.
I may not even need this. I'm so used to talking to kids at school and kind of being loud. So this has been a wonderful experience for both of us, and we're very honored to be the first couple. I want to thank, first of all, the Alva Homecoming Committee, Liz, and all of their work for the 2025 all-school reunion. It was awesome. There were so many people that came to town, and some classes had a lot, some classes didn't have very many, but it was fantastic. In my class, because I graduated in 1959, we only had 5 people show up this year. But we're all, I'm 84 and we're all older. And so we were very lucky to have that many. But we had townspeople that contributed And if you've never been there, you missed an opportunity. It is a fantastic place, and we're so lucky to have this for the young people to go to. I especially loved all of the beautiful artwork. I'm telling you a story here. I went early, so Marcia took me in to see the men's room and all the girl pictures in there. And there were movie stars, and it was great. And the ladies' room, we had fantastic art proms for me, for the pictures. So we want to thank those organizations that help with that. It takes a lot of people to pull something off like that. I especially want to thank Todd for all his work being MC and doing things, and Elizabeth for getting this organization. She's done this over 10 years, and this is the 10th year for the presentation. I don't know how many students we have that are in the classroom, but it was so great seeing them today and going up to Jake and me both and saying it was glad to see us. Maybe surprised, but we enjoyed them. How many people in here did we teach with? Had as students? Or whatever? Raise your hands. Oh, great. That's marvelous. That is a fantastic number for us. You have anything you want to say? Okay, the one thing I know, I'm sorry. Alva is still the greatest place to live in. As you know, I've lived here since I was 8 years old. And we couldn't have been here without all the people that make it great to live here. And so we're still here. When our children moved away, one was on one coast, one was on the other coast, and we were still right in the middle, so we stayed. I would like to specifically thank my family for showing up. It was undoubtedly the most surprise in my life. I knew my daughter and her husband, Mike, and Diane Perkins. They live in Georgia, close to Atlanta. And I knew they were coming. I did not know that their son, Dylan, was coming from Bend, Oregon. And they pulled up in my driveway, and here he was. And I did not know they were coming, so that was a nice surprise. Then the next day, the second surprise was my son that lives in Sterling, Virginia, showed up. And we didn't know they were coming. And so it's been fun. I just said, glad I made up all the beds. So thank you for everyone for this lovely honor. Yeah. And remember, once a Goldbug, you're always a Goldbug. If you guys haven't seen these, they're blankets with our names in them. They're great. I should cuddle up with it always. Thank you.
So the Jacobs, they get one more award that they don't know about before you leave. So there's been a tradition in our community over the last 25 to 40 years. These calendars were produced and hung amongst the high school, all of the, and everybody has seen them, right?
Yes.
So there was a push to move away from those as generationally we just need to move on. So there were 2 or 3 years that we didn't produce that calendar. Well, the one that was speaking, the one that was telling her husband what to do up here just a minute ago, made enough noise that we now have these calendars back. So you get the last calendar we have. She said, Todd, I've had these for like 50 years and I've got all the scores of all the games of all the, and you've not producing these calendars now. It's just, so there you go. You ready, Ty? The next speech is going to come from Kai Blader, and he's going to talk about Alva Education Foundation at 15 minutes. Kai Blader.
Education Foundation. And very honored to be able to speak on behalf of the foundation. But first, I'd like to ask the board members that are present to stand up, please. There's 9 of us that make up this board, and we work hard and we have a lot of fun while we're doing it. We realize that relationships are very important, and we're very excited to create these relationships for these young people that we have today. So a little bit about the Alva Goldbugs Education Foundation. So it was created by Beverly Kinsey back in the late 1980s. And it was really specifically, sorry, I'm nervous. It was specifically to provide additional funds to help the school, the teachers of the schools provide for the district. So about that time frame, there were some other donations that were given that created our scholarship program. Fast forward to 2021, the Alva Goldbugs Education Foundation got to celebrate their first $1 million in invested funds. Today, our invested fund balance is nearly $1.7 million.
Way to go!
Now, what's even cooler than that is the funds available to be awarded is nearly $67,000. So, let's start with our scholarships. We now have 20 endowed scholarships, and some of those are multi-year scholarships. And we're eligible to award nearly $51,000 in these scholarships. So that's really awesome. And then we can move on to the mini grants, the elementary and the secondary mini grants. Again, this program was the founding concept of the Alva Goldbugs Education Foundation. And we're happy to tell you that over the last 10 years, every mini grant that has been applied for has been paid out. Another one of our big programs are the Teachers of the Year. We love our teachers, we love to support our teachers, and in May of 24, we revealed an endowment that paid out a $1,000 stipend to all the annual Teachers of the Year, with an additional $1,000 stipend to the District Teacher of the Year. So a really awesome award there. A few more events I'd like to visit about are the Going for Goldbugs. That's an event we put on. It's a night golf tournament that we host here in Alva. And that really brings in some of our younger alumni and really helps us push our brand. We play golf till midnight and have a great time there. Our membership popcorn. You'll see us at all the home football and basketball games. We're handing out popcorn. Your membership, it just adds a little value to your membership. So that's another way we can kind of push our brand as well. And then another event that we get a lot of feedback on is our Thank-a-thon. It's where we get a group of kids together, they go down to the central office, we buy them some pizza, and they just simply get to call the donors and tell them thank you. So, not many people pick up the phone and just hear a thank you. So that's another event that we get a lot of great feedback from. And then obviously, we're here for the Distinguished Goldbug. This event is one of my favorites for sure, where we get to celebrate you all. We get to recognize you amazing individuals that graduated from Alva High School and seek to inspire the current students of today. So, with that, there's an incredible legacy of excellence in education here at Alva. And we have these high-caliber students, high-caliber alumni, and just a lot of people that believe in the efforts of the Alva Goldbugs Education Foundation. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all being here, and go Goldbugs.
Kai was put on the spot, and I was teasing him. You did a great job. Thanks, Kai.
Your time is up, it's 12:46.
We're close. We're close. A couple of other things that we need to talk about. We have an amazing group of ambassadors, and I would like for them to stand. The high school ambassadors for help with that. High school, and I heard lots and lots of praise. They were your servers today, they were your tour guides today, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Our distinguished Goldbugs committee, who needs to be recognized today, Ms. Charlotte Parker, if you all would please stand. Candy Algren, Dr. Kay Decker, and Stan Klein, who is not here. This team works really hard to make sure that the recipients get and the nominations. Aaron Gutierrez, our superintendent of schools, thank you for coming. If you stand, you're recognized. And Tina Pettis, I don't know that she's here. She's the counselor and has to coordinate lots and lots of things. So the nominations are open. You can go on right now and nominate somebody that you know that we've missed that hasn't been on. Please take the opportunity to do that. These are fabulous events, in my opinion, and we promote education, and that's what it's all about. So, Elizabeth Ritchie, I want you to look at the clock and note that it is exactly 15 minutes until 1 o'clock.
Way to go, Todd!
The other thing that I need to recognize time after time, year after year, for 10 years plus, Dr. and Dixie Meyer have displayed an enormous amount of Alva Goldbug memorabilia. They do this tirelessly. It takes hours and hours to set that up. Thank you. Okay, it's time. In case you don't remember